Hello, good morning, people. It's your boy Samuel Watson. I am back on the Scotch Bonnet pepper farm, here to teach you 5 mistakes or common mistakes people make when planting peppers. Let's go. So number 1, no mulch. A lot of farmers in Jamaica here do not use mulching or do not practice mulching. I recommend the black plastic mulch. Now, as you can see, I plant through the black plastic mulch and it is looking very clean. No weeds or less weeds will grow through your black plastic mulch. This helps the plant to grow comfortable. It won't have to fight against weeds that will hinder their growth or their production. Some persons use grass as mulch. Nothing is wrong with that. However, using the black plastic mulch saves you a lot of time and money. You won't have to get persons to weed through your farm, because weeds will only come up at the root area and it will be very easy to take up. Very easy to take up from the root area. You won't have much coming through the plastic. Cover your ground fine. So that is the first common mistake. Our second mistake is not having the proper irrigation. Right, I recommend the drip hose or drip line. This is the drip line. It runs under the plastic and it has a section of the hose here has some holes in it right at the root or root base of the plant. Some farmers depend on rain. Some farmers use hand or bucket or rainer. Some use sprinkler to water their plants. A lot of these other ways of irrigation have several disadvantages, such as the rainer or the sprinkler that they use. It wets the entire field. Now, this brings in fungus. It causes too much weeds to grow in your farm. The watering by hand now takes up a lot of time. It is very hard as it relates to manpower. You have to get persons to help you. And when irrigating the plants, you have to fertilize as well. Now, persons who are watering their plants, they have to go around and fertilize their plant again. When I use the black pipes or hose, I use a tool they call Fertigator. I just hook it up to my irrigation system and mix my fertilizer in a container or drum and just hook it up to the pipe and run it to the plants through this black hose. Saves me a lot of time and money. I can be doing any other thing else on the farm whilst my plants are getting their water and their fertilizer. Right, so that is one of the common mistakes made by farmers. Our third and fourth point is over fertilizing and under fertilizing. Right, so let's start with over fertilizing. When you just plant your plants, maybe a week or two some persons tend to over fertilize. They mix their fertilizer at very high concentration or very strong and give to their plants. What this fertilizer does is burn the plants or stunt them. Burn the plants or stunt them because the young plant cannot manage that high concentration of the fertilizer. You will end up maybe losing your crop or fighting very hard just to produce a certain amount of pepper. Right, so the fourth point, under fertilizing. When your plants grow up nice and beautiful and looking pretty and starts to put out peppers, you don't want to under fertilize. Some person will put the same concentration going right up. No, you must increase that concentration because these pepper plants will put on a lot of pepper, and if you under fertilize, you will get some tiny peppers and you will wonder why. Under fertilization, you will definitely not get anything from that farm, and you will spend a lot of money and not get back any profit. So that is our fourth point. So our fifth mistake, common mistake that farmers make, spraying too often. Now, some farmers spray every 7 days. I recommend at least 2 weeks. Now, overspraying can cause a lot of things. Insects adapting to your spray, and that will cause you to lose your crop over a period of time. Overspraying will cause you to spend too much money, hence the decrease of your profit. Some farmers overspray their crops, that's spraying too often, and what will happen? The plant will become so weak that it cannot fight off the fungus or the insects that are attacking it. You will definitely lose your crop over a period. And if that spray or chemical that you're using is not the right concentration, it will burn the crops, burn the blossoms, and they will eventually fall off. Hence, you losing that crop. Now, this is almost the end of the video, and I will leave you with an interesting tip. So you'll want to plant peppers all year. When your peppers are getting old, you need to prune. Meaning you need to cut the old branches off. And in my previous video, I told you that several of my plants were 7 to 8 feet tall. Look at this plant. I pruned several of them, and what they did was to spring out new shoots. As I said in my previous video, the more up they go, the more they produce. The more they produce. Look at these peppers. They are looking mighty fine. Yes, they are looking beautiful. So remember, prune your peppers. You will have a long-lasting crop. Peace out.